brings you in today?
I'm afraid I'm gonna have to drop out. I'm not gonna be able to afford coming to school anymore. My job is making cuts, and since I'm one of the newer hires, they're, going for the ones that have been there the least amount of time. And my job is my source of paying for school, and I have big tests coming up that if I don't pay my bill off, I can't take. I'll have to drop the class, and school is really important to me. If I can't continue going, I'm kind of left in limbo.
That sounds like a stressful situation for you. How many classes are you taking?
5.
5. So full-time student and working part-time.
Yeah.
So how have you been managing between, I know you said it's stressful with work and school, but like how many hours a week have you managed?
Well, I work every single day. I actually even picked up a shift that I wasn't hired for, so I was able to afford, more of my school. But even though, I did them the favor of picking up another shift, I'm still on that list of cutoffs. So I've just been making it to get my bill off every month. I'm paying off school, but now I might not be able to make it for my next month.
So how are you doing? So have you thought of any other alternatives besides what your current work situation?
Well, I've tried looking for another job, once they started talking about layoffs and cutting hours for those that have been there longer. I started looking for another job, but since my job is kind of so specific, it's really hard to get something else that relates to that doesn't already have workers and, that are kind of in that non-hiring stage. So like if I wanted to go into another job field, even just part-time, kind of difficult because the experience I have is kind of so specific that, other jobs are kind of like, we don't need you. So it's kind of hard for me to get hired somewhere else.
Okay, let's see. Can you describe like a day at your job? What do you do there?
Well, I'm a teacher, so I work with kids. So a lot of the time I'm just helping the kids finish their homework, and then we do other activities that are not really career-based, like I don't have to need a degree for, but that it's working towards the career I want. I eventually want to work with children, but other jobs now in the market aren't kind of needing that experience of working with little kids. So now that I'm trying to look for another job, I'm kind of screwed.
So this job you have, you said it's helping you for what you want to do after you're done with school.
Yeah.
So, but you can't find any other work as of now, so as of now you can only stick with this. And okay, so would you
stuck because now that I kind of have no choice but to leave my job, now I have no backup. You know, I was kind of getting comfortable in this place, and now they're saying, you know, we're going to have to let you go because they don't have the budget to keep all of us on staff.
Have you talked to anyone at the job about, you know, if they have any other places that they could refer?
They have. I've talked to them, but you know, the programs that they refer me to are ones that are kind of not hiring either. So it's like they've helped me out with trying to get a job, but that's kind of the most that they can do. Just tell me a place to go look for, but you know, they can't really do anything about actually getting me hired, which I can't because these jobs are like, you know, we're not hiring right now, or you know, it's gonna be a while before you can actually start working. You need to train, and you know, they don't train. I mean, they don't pay for training, so I'm kind of like, you know, I don't know what to do now, because even if I do get hired somewhere else, it's gonna be a while before I get paid, and it may not be as much as I'm making now, so I can't pay off. I still can't pay off what I need to pay off.
So have you thought about any other type of work, or are you strictly sticking with teaching jobs?
Well, I would like teaching jobs just because I want to be a counselor for children. So working with children in a teaching setting will kind of benefit me in the future, and it'll, you know, look better on my resume than me working in a restaurant. I mean, there's nothing wrong with working in a restaurant and making that money, but it won't, you know, my jobs in the future, ones that I want to apply for, it won't matter if I can serve a table. They want to know how well I'll do with the type of job I'm trying to get. It's not going to help me. I mean, it'll benefit me now to be able to pay my bill off, but I have to think for two things, you know, for the future and the present. So I have to find something that helps or, you know, benefits me for both situations.
Okay. And so you mentioned about the job and everything, how it's affecting you with stress in school. So how have you been managing with school since this is going on?
I mean, I don't let it get to me too much because I know that if it comes to me having to drop out, I'm going to need decent grades to be able to, you know, eventually come back and start over, and I don't want to end on a crappy slate. So I'm trying my hardest. I haven't gotten anything lower than a C in my entire career in school, but it is getting more and more stressful to keep it up. Like, I'm managing to keep it, but it's getting harder to keep it. Like, studying is becoming harder, getting work done is becoming harder because I'm trying to do all I can on my job so that maybe they can consider keeping me, and even if that's, you know, pulling extra hours after closing, that, you know, they'll look at me and say, oh, you know, she's trying, but then that affects me from getting home on time, getting enough hours in to be able to sit down and do work. And now that I'm working 6 a day, you know, Saturday is usually the days that I dedicate to getting my work done, and now that's kind of out the window too. I get home at almost 5 o'clock on Saturdays to then try through exhaustion to do that work. It's not getting done, and I'm kind of like backlogged right now on assignments, kind of pushing deadlines to a little too close when normally, you know, I would be well off on getting stuff done.
Have you thought of any possibilities of how to make your situation a little less
I wanted to maybe consider cutting my hours, and before cutoffs were being discussed, I had talked to my boss about it, and she was okay with it, you know, working 3 days a week instead of the 6 that I do. But now that layoffs are happening, it's kind of not an option for me, because if I kind of limit my schedule down a little bit, you know, they'll definitely get rid of me, because I'll be the one that's, oh, she's limiting down her schedule, or she doesn't really want to work here, or she can't work here anyway because she's got all this other stuff going on. And it's getting difficult to manage both, or to decide which one I want to keep over the other.
How many more semesters do you have left until you graduate?
Well, after this one, I have about 2 years left.
Okay. Could you tell me a little bit about your classes you're taking?
Taking a lot of my major courses at this point, because it's my last year, but I'm trying to go for my master's, so I'm trying to take a lot of my psych courses this year, and I picked up a minor, so that's kind of how my schedule is filled up. So it's a lot of heavy-duty courses that need to be done.